One heck of a lot better to leave a 5-pin than a 2-4-5. These bowlers have hit the pocket so many times that that 2-4-5 would have been a hard spare because you haven't been anywhere near that part of the lane all day. 5-pin will be academic here. He is going to make it. I'm going to go out on a limb, not jinx him for once. And he will trail by 5 pins once he does convert it. What is this guy going to do about it?
Well, Jeff, if I'm around on the lanes right now, I have to control the pocket with something with surface, because you're going to want to control that pocket late in the day. Probably something with surface, probably like an outburst, like Butturff's been throwing all day. You're going to want to smooth out the back so that they don't pop. Look at this ball off the bat, Jeff. Look at that just smoothly rolling into the pocket. It's picture perfect pop.
I'm getting on the road. I got a 1,000-mile drive. Here's Joe Lou.
Yeah. All right, Randy.
Why did Jacob choose that ball today instead of the Cyclone that he always throws?
You had to play out to it.
So he had to actually loop it a little bit. Jacob likes to play straight up with the Cyclone. He needed a little bit more ball, so we had to ball up to this ball. Got to get there. Oh, it does. One of the best carrying centers year in and year out. We've had yeah, we were just talking about that. We had some of our higher cuts here over the years. Great carry. He saws up that light hit and increases his lead to 15 pins rather with that double. Curtis can max out for 214. Butturff going at a 208 pace. So if Curtis can go sheet, he'll still force Jacob to get the first hit in the 10th. So it's getting near mandatory strike time. I wouldn't want to be in a position where Jacob only needs to mark, so I think Curtis has to have the next 3.
Come on, Kurt.
Wow. No doubt there as he stares at the pins and say, where the heck was that in the last shot with the stuff 9 on that lane. Curtis, one of the more unique grips on tour. We don't have time to show him right now, but it's a even Sarge Easterer than Sarge Easter. That ring finger, right, is dropped to below conventional just about at this point, while he has a standard fingertip grip in the other finger. He has so much hand that it's detrimental to his game, so he's got to find a way to back off the ball some, and that's his way of doing that. And still, you hear that pop off his hand.
He actually gets more on it, Sarge.
These days, sometimes less is more, and you want to control the pocket, right?
So when you go Sarge Easter,
oh, here we go.
You to get up the back of the ball.
Huge shot, 10th frame, Joe Lou. Oh, man.
One more.
Eviscerates that rack. Look it up, kids. So let's review. So far today, I've given you eviscerates and nepotism.
Yeah, what is nepotism?
What is nepotism? Anybody?
I found that comment very esoteric.
It wasn't esoteric at all. It was loquacious.
That is quite the debacle you have.
No, that's also incorrect.
It's a problem. How is it?
Well, I don't have a problem. What's my debacle? What's my current debacle?
No one knows what you're talking about because you're using big words.
Your face is a debacle.
My backswing is a debacle.
Very nice. Meanwhile, this will be a debacle if Curtis doesn't get this hit.
Come on, Curtis!
He likes it. Oh, yeah. All that power on those light hits and that 1-3 will just shred it almost every single time. The bad break does not happen and forces Butturff to get the first hit in the 10th.
If he didn't get those two strikes out there, he would have had a very shallow, pedantic day.
Way to crowbar in an unnecessary and inappropriate Family Guy reference.
Esoteric with one too.
Was it? Oh, I didn't get that one. Fill ball didn't really matter in that point. It's a 213 game. And to keep the string rolling, either way, he's keeping the red hottest roll going, but to keep the title streak going, he needs this strike. Whole tournament on this ball. Wide. Oh! Oh! Oh!
The Kurt!
ring and 7-pin, some pin almost came from somewhere and took it out anyway. It rolls in front of it, and the nearly impossible has happened.
Wow. I have a real title. It's over New Mexico.
Curtis's last title was, well, he'll tell you all about it later on Facebook, all over the place. A relieved Curtis, and listen, Jacob Butturff, do not hang your head one bit. Just stupid good bowling yet again. The streak rolls on. This is the hottest streak in bowling, and he's too much of a competitor to be happy about it, but he's happy for his buddy Curtis as well. Great, great stuff here to wrap up 2012 in the Arizona and Mojave conferences. We still got 2 more in 2012 up in the Northwest. We'll see you then. Great stuff out of those 2 talented bowlers.